Hello, gamers of MHS. This is Anthony Marra here, and I am back with another video game talk today. And, well, it seems pretty appropriate that I talk about this, but the PS5, over the weekend, or I think last weekend, came out with a few titles and a few games that I think that I should discuss about and suggest to you guys if you guys are going to get a PS5 in the near future. And yeah, there are some games that are not really going to come out for PS5, but there will be like games that come out in the 2021 and 2022. And it's just some games to take a look at, and what games should you really get and be hyped about. I'm not really gonna go into shooter games like Call of Duty. I don't play shooter games really that often. But like let's say Fortnite, I do play that, and I'll be going over the genres that I mostly like. But any shooter, any shooter game, I'm kind of gonna leave out. So any shooter games who like, Call of Duty, I'm sorry. It's just the way it's going to be. But anyway, since we're on the topic and since you're watching background footage here of Fortnite, let's just talk about that and see where we're at with that and why you should get it for PS5. Well, first game up, since you're seeing it in the background, is Fortnite. Obviously, they had this whole big update, if you're not aware, where the whole Battle Pass is Marvel, basically, and the whole thing is Galactus, and at the end of the season, you're gonna have to fight him with the superpowers you get, such as like Iron Man, Wolverine, Thor, Black Panther, all the favorite Marvel heroes you come to love today. It's obviously a pretty good battle royale still, even though there's like Apex and PUBG out there, but I mean, if you think about how they're doing Marvel right now, and as you're seeing in the background footage here, they did this pretty well, and I had tons of fun with this game mode. I'm one of the game modes they produced, and it's fun. And I believe that Fortnite is still one of the top games if they keep coming out with content like this. If they don't, well, then yeah. And sadly, I know a lot of people were disappointed. It was, if you guys did watch the PS5 reveal trailer, it was the last game to be revealed. So it's not a big deal, but just pointing it out, PS5 is having Fortnite on their system and with updated graphics and tons of other things. So, I mean, not all is bad with Fortnite right now. So, if you guys are looking for a great Battle Royale game, then this is the thing I would suggest for you. And let's move on to my second game here that I got, and it's about horror, actually. So, the next game I will be talking about here is a horror slash fun thing, kind of like Friday the 13th. It is Dead by Daylight. Now, this game is basically pretty simple, and probably like any other horror game or horror movie you've seen. There are survivors and there are killers. Now, as the survivors have to power up 5 gens in order to fully try to escape from the killer. As soon as they power up 5 gens, they can escape through the exit gates. Now, what the killer has to do is, of course, kill all survivors before they can escape. And basically, if you get caught as the survivor, and you're the killer, you gotta bring him to a hook, which summons, I guess, this, I'm calling it an entity, that's what they call it in the game. And basically, sacrifices, basically the killer is sacrificing you to I guess it's called a god. I'm not really too sure. I mean, the monster has tentacles. I'm not sure if there's a god that has tentacles, like a real evil one. I'm not really too sure about that, but yeah, we'll just move on. But basically the game, of course, has tons of glitches and tons of other stuff, but that is what makes the game fun, because if all the bugs were fixed, then this game, in my opinion, would be like any other game I played. But another reason why I love this game to dear is the killers. And as you can see here, we got a lot. So as you can see, there are tons of killers. You know, you got the main mascot there, Trapper. You got Michael. You know, you got Leatherface, Freddy, and plenty others, Ghostface. They will do any killer, as long as they do any contracts. There's the Demogorgon right there, from Stranger Things. They'll do any killer, license. And as you could see right at the bottom of Ghostface there for a second, was Pyramid Head. And, you know, as long as, they get some sort of, orders going on about how they can use the character, you know, they will bring it up, or they'll make their own character. And that's what I really like about this game. All the killers have different powers as well, so it's not all basically one mashup of a single killer you got to focus on, you know. But you can main killers, and you can have killers that you really like and killers you really don't like. For example, there's one kill in there called the Oni. I think he is the bomb. I use them mostly, almost all the time, compared to Ghostface. Ghostface is really cool as well. There's also one in there called Spirit. Just think of her as the girl that comes out of the TV, basically, but has a samurai sword, and it's kind of like a ninja. And that's a killer that I really wouldn't suggest, but someone like Oni that is really balanced in the game, because some killers in here are really unbalanced, and fun to use, I would suggest Oni. And yeah, I might show him a picture here. There he is, as you could see. And then, you know, you could just picture the woman coming out of the TV. I forget what horror movie that's from, but you get the idea. But yeah, this game, you know, is really fun. Got tons of horror movie killers that people love, like Leatherface and all that. There's some people have made speculations about a Five Nights at Freddy's. If you guys don't know who Springtrap is, I would look them up. But they plan on adding Springtrap into the game, which would be the first animatronic killer or robotic killer that they would bring into the game, which I would love to see. And yeah, so there's not really much else to talk about this Dead by Daylight game, but I do love playing it more than really I love playing Fortnite right now. So yeah. Another benefit, actually, I need to talk about is that if you have already been playing this game on PS4, it's going to be an automatic free download, and it saves all your progress on the game, so you can start right back up where you were. Just going to be some upgraded graphics and features like Fortnite. You know, it's just going to have updated graphics and all that, so nothing really too special there. So let's move on to the third game I'd suggest you buy for PS5. So the next game on our list I will be talking about is Spider-Man PS5 Miles Morales. Now, this is a second part to the Spider-Man PS4 game, as the developers like to call it, but I like to call it a sequel because it sounds way better. Basically, in this video game, Miles Morales has been taught by Peter, which a lot of people are assuming that is dead during this, or he's just gone off on vacation or something, and basically Miles Morales is taking over the role of Spider-Man. Now, these two highly teched gangs rise up to power, and one calls them the Underground. These are like the purple dudes, led by the girl Wraith. And then you got the other guys, which I'm assuming is, I would say, more for the people, I would say. Because they seem like they wouldn't be attacking anybody. But then you have the purple guys, the Underground, which are basically interrupted Miles Morales' mom's election rally, which apparently I guess she's running for mayor or president. Don't really know. But a lot of the demo for this game, or some demo gameplay, came out just about a week ago, and let me tell you, it looked just like if the Spider-Man PS4. But basically, if Spider-Man became Ultra Spider-Man, basically, because his new moves, Miles Morales does, and he got his all new powers and all that, it makes Miles Morales stand out from Peter and makes him really better. And yeah, so other than that, I don't expect too much out of this game. All I know is that it's going to be a great success like its predecessor. And it's going to be, you know, a fun blast. I'm probably going to play the story about 4 times again. And yeah, I'm not lying about that. I played Spider-Man PS4 story about 4 times, and all the DLCs at least about 2, because, you know, they're DLCs. But the main story I really played, and I really liked it. I saw it to be a perfect plot for a movie, a perfect Spider-Man movie. And it could just be a Spider-Man movie because of how in-depth the characters were, how Insomniac raised them up and talked about them a lot. And it'll be fun to see what they do with Miles Morales. So this game is honestly the one I'm probably going to pick up first because it is super fun, and I had a blast with the PS4. So I hope the same aspects go for the PS5. So, also, another note I'm going to add here before we move on to our next game is that the Spider-Man PS4, just today, just released that they are going to have a teaser. They're going to have a remastered version of the Spider-Man PS4 game coming to PS5. So, you know, I'm expecting better graphics, and if you guys haven't been caught up on Spider-Man PS4 storyline, and you're walking in the Spider-Man Miles Morales not knowing what the hell happened, then you should probably check out that game before you check out Miles Morales. But anyway, let's move on to our other game that I have on my list. Now, to be honest, we really don't know much about this game, but it is DC and it is coming in the near future of probably the beginning of 2022. This is just a teaser trailer for the new game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, it seems like a boring title, I know, but I think I took some interest in this because I actually saw, you're going to see it soon, in the whole plot. So basically, let's break it down here. You obviously, in the back, there is a Brainiac has attacked Earth, and obviously he is out for, I guess, revenge, or this might be the first time the Justice League is actually facing him. We don't know much, but I'm assuming he's come back for some revenge that the Justice League did on him or something like that. And obviously, you know, Batman and everybody got involved. Basically, Metropolis is at war because it seems like the Brainiac ship is mostly there. And as we come across, Brainiac is taking over people and using them as his minions so they can, you know, destroy Earth. And luckily enough, Amanda Waller's a couple seconds ahead of the game. And what do you know? It's a Suicide Squad. So you got all your famous ones. You got Deadshot here. I mean, he looks pretty cool with a jetpack. I don't know if you saw. He has a jetpack. You got Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and King Shark, which I never heard of the man, but he seems pretty cool. You know, with his machine gun and laying down tons of Brainiac forces. I feel like that this is gonna be a struggle for Suicide Squad because later down the road, or actually I'm just going to show the scene right here, Brainiac has actually taken over Superman, and I'm not going to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you, as I saw Superman, I literally thought Superman was John Cena. I'm not going to lie here, I really thought that Superman was taking a facial, like, facial parts of John Cena, because that is the comparison I have with him. It's a long stress, but anyway, back to the topic. Basically, as you could have seen, that cop was actually killed by Superman. And I'm assuming that Superman has either taken over just Superman or the entire Justice League. Now, it is bad for Suicide Squad because guess who they have to kill? Superman. And it's going to be kind of hard. But in the near future, I hope I get some more information about this game. I can't really talk about it more. Because there's not a lot of information from this teaser trailer. All you gotta know is that Brainiac is attacking Earth. He's got Metropolis, and he's either got the Justice League hostage or he has taken control of Superman, and Suicide Squad's got to fight him and defeat him with the Justice League. So it's not really much to talk about this game, really, for now. But in the near future, we'll learn some more information. But we're going to go back on the topic of horror and move on to the last game here that I suggest you get for this game, because it is amazing. So if you thought that Scott Cawthon and the Five Nights at Freddy's trail kind of ended with the VR game that they released for Five Nights at Freddy's, well, my friend, you are wrong. Because in the PS5 trailer, I think mid-down way, they revealed this game, which is called Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Now, what I could tell from this game, and what I could tell, obviously it's about Freddy. It looks like they're not in a pizzeria, and it looks like they're probably in a mall of some sort, or some sort of like fun land for Five Nights at Freddy's, because obviously you see the gold statue of Freddy, and you see little like bears and Freddy's and Bonnie cutouts here and there, hinting that this is a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Now, from the trailer, and if you watched it, there is a girl robotic animatronic that is probably going to be the main villain, because there is also this little girl, which is probably the protagonist, and it's probably going to be the person that the animatronic's trying to hunt down. And there's also a guy in there that speaks towards the end, like, I think she found us. But basically, what the girl animatronic, killer animatronic, was saying, and it's some sort of like Spring Bonnie girl animatronic, she was apologizing to the little girl about something she did, and she's saying it was an accident. And if you could hear her, she was like, cutting out here and there with her voices and making it all staticky. She's apologizing for something she did to her, and obviously her and this, I guess, guy that's like friends with her, the friends with the little girl, is saying, I think she found us. And I think the little girl doesn't want to say sorry, doesn't want the apology from the animatronic, because you know what would happen. I probably don't want to think about it either right now, but probably would know. But she brings up it is just a glitch, which I thought it was pretty good. So, one character that came to mind to me, if you guys are really good with Five Nights at Freddy's, is Glitch Trap. Basically, it's kind of like Springtrap, but like all cleaned up and looks kind of like something kids would like. But other than that, I really don't know too much else about this game. I know you might be able to walk around a bigger like mall instead of a pizzeria and just sitting in one area, which will be great. And I can't wait for this game to come out. I've always liked Five Nights at Freddy's. I always thought it was a great, game. Even though it was like, you didn't really expect it to hit big, but it did. And, yeah. So, I think that is going to wrap it up for the video games. So that was the top, at least 5 games that I would suggest, that I'd suggest you buy for the PS5. Obviously, there are some I probably missed, but obviously these are mostly focused around mine. Obviously, if you don't agree with my list, obviously, you know, you don't have to. These are just some games that I suggest for you to get as a person that's really good at gaming, because I know a lot of video games, I play them every time I come home from school, because I mean I always like doing them. So um and mostly the game that I would mostly suggest out of this whole list, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Even if you don't know who Spider-Man is, I don't know how you don't know, but if you don't, I would still recommend purchasing the game. I bet you'll have a blast with it, like I did with the PS4 Spider-Man, because again, I played that game 4 times. So, but again, if you guys did like these types of videos and you did like my list and how I described the videos, make sure you give it a like, so I know, hey, I'll be able to do this again and give you more information on Pacific game that I mentioned in this list. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for me. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video game talk. I will see you gamers later.